Akwa Ibom State government set to address long-standing challenges of poor electricity supply. Youths in Abak local government area declare support for President Tinubu, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Governor Umoeno, and Speaker Udema Otong in 2027 elections. Plus, National Assembly leadership felicitates Christians on Easter celebration. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Dianime Uku. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Do all to follow us on these platforms so we can engage better. Akwa Ibom State government is set to address the long-standing challenge of poor electricity supply with a clear roadmap aimed at delivering stable power within the next 1 year. This follows a high-level joint meeting between members of the State Executive Council, local government chairmen, and stakeholders convened by Governor Umoeno at the Government House in Uyo.
The meeting underscores the urgency the state government places on securing its energy future. Commissioner for Information Ania Kanumana said the session focused on power sector reforms and the timelines for Akwa Ibom to take full control of its electricity market. The commissioner emphasized that the initiative reflects Governor Umoeno's commitment to transparency and decisive leadership, calling on residents to remain patient and supportive as reforms take shape.
Was set up, made up of local government chairmen and members of the State Executive Council with the Honorable Commissioner for Power to look at the possibilities of harmonizing all of these proposals and presentations to ensure that Akwa Ibom achieves stable and available electricity within reasonable time in the state. The total review was taken and the roadmaps, like I did say, was presented and timelines set to see what we can do collectively to ensure the realization of the vision of His Excellency Governor Umoeno in ensuring that Akwa Ibom takes ownership of its electricity market and provides power for its people.
With a clear roadmap, stakeholders' collaboration and legislative backing, expectations are high that Akwa Ibom will witness a transformation in its power sector by April 2027. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Akwa Ibom State government has approved the adoption and implementation of a state aging policy aimed at creating an inclusive environment where elderly citizens can receive holistic care and actively participate in socio-economic activities. The approval was part of decisions taken at the April State Executive Council meeting, where Governor Umoeno directed that the policy be transmitted to the State House of Assembly for legislative backing. Clement Barikui reports.
Following deliberations at the meeting presided over by Governor Umoeno, the council adopted several key resolutions. In addition to the aging policy, the State Executive Council approved 38 new road projects across various local government areas, including Ona, Eket, and Nsrubium, as well as the development of internal roads across the state.
Council considered a memorandum presented by the Executive Assistant to Chief Delivery Advisor to the Governor on Akwa Ibom State policy on aging and approved the adoption and implementation of the aging policy in line with the ARISE agenda of the administration.
Council also received reports on the disbursement of 2 billion naira each for traders and agricultural grants released in 2025. Commissioner for Agriculture Offiong Offor said the intervention is expected to boost farming activities, expand farm sizes, reduce post-harvest losses, and improve farmers' income as the planting season begins.
The majority of our farmers are rural dwellers, and His Excellency's policy objective enshrined in the ARISE agenda focuses on agricultural revolution and rural development. So whatever you are doing for the individual farmer, you are doing it to develop them in the areas where they live, which is rural areas. So that's human capacity development.
Also during the State Executive Council meeting, the Ministry of Water Resources, Sanitation and Hygiene presented a framework for the rollout of the Arise Jifa solar-powered water project across all 369 wards in the state. The plan includes mechanisms for water quality monitoring as well as training for community members to manage and maintain the facilities.
The committee should go back and see how to involve the communities in taking care of that project, especially as it concerns monitoring of water quality.
The meeting was rounded off with the inauguration of a steering committee on ward-level cooperative societies chaired by the Deputy Governor. The committee is expected to provide strategic direction and serve as a vehicle for poverty reduction, food security and rural development. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
We'll take our first commercial break in the news. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
A new dawn of unprecedented development has emerged in Akwa Ibom, driven by the Arise agenda and led by the people-centered administration of Governor Umoeno. An agricultural revolution has unfolded through Ibom model farms, farmer support initiatives, and food security programs. Roads and bridges are reconnecting communities, driving inclusive growth as power sector reforms advance and CNG mass transit gets set to deliver cleaner, affordable transportation. Maritime infrastructure is rising in Oron, reviving coastal commerce and transportation. Security is strengthened through modern technology, vigilant security agencies, and the Ibom Community Watch. Housing and investment are accelerating with free housing for workers and homes for the vulnerable and landmark estates repositioning the state. Education is redefined with model schools, while healthcare expands with model centers and the 350-bed Ibom International Hospital. Health insurance coverage is progressing steadily with hundreds of thousands of enrollees. Tourism is advancing boldly with the audacious Arise Palm Resort, Ibom Convention Center, Arise Shopping City, and a growing aviation ecosystem. Governance, procurement, and recruitment are smarter through digital innovation. Because the people matter, workers, women, youths, retirees, the elderly, and the vulnerable are empowered across all 31 local government areas. Akwa Ibom, steadily progressing under the Arise agenda of Governor Umoeno.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hymns Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estates, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
You're welcome back from that break. Youths in Abak local government area have declared their support for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoeno, and the Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udeme Otong, come 2027. Their endorsement came during Abak Youth Summit 2026, which held at the Abak Local Government Council. Charity James reports that the summit, which has Rising Voices, Responsible Leadership as its theme, was an epitome of one voice and unity.
The ABAC Summit 2026 brought together young people and stakeholders from 11 wards of ABAC local government area to think and deliberate on the roles of youths in governance, state and nation building. President ABAC Youth Leaders, Mr. Itai James, set the tone for the event.
It is pertinent, as felt by the conglomeration of the entire youth structures, as recognized in the state, that we gather on a summit like this to think on things that will bring progress to ABAC.
Speaker after speaker took time to enlighten ABAC youths on various topics, including responsible leadership in times of political temptation, preparing youths for tomorrow's responsibility in rising voices.
For your own rising voices, as you are coming together today to shape the fortune and the future of ABAC, for it to remain rising voices and not a noise, you have to be united.
We must educate ourselves and others about the political process to know what is ethical and also to know what to avoid.
Without vision, you cannot run any leadership position. Vision is the eyes that leaders see with.
Major stakeholders and other political office holders commend the initiative of ABAC Youth Summit and warn the youths against being used as weapon of political tussle.
Youth, let me thank you for the decorum with which you conduct yourself in the past years. I thank you for the love, peace, support, and our leader, the governor of Akwa State.
Without youth in a community or in the local government, there is no local government. They are the people that support government.
Thousands of ABAC youths under organized platforms unanimously declared their support and endorsed President Ahmed Tinubu, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Governor Moeno, and the Speaker Udemotong for re-election come 2027, citing developmental achievements and empowerment initiatives as reasons for their decision.
We, the revenue, we are very proud of the Speaker of Akwa Ibom State.
We are proud of the man we have from our local government who is the Speaker, that he has good relationship with His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. And on that premise, we, the youths of ABAC, do and hereby endorse his going back.
Those in favor of that motion, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it.
Various cultural troops, including Ekpo Masquerade and Ukokban Cultural Group, displayed at the events. In ABAC, Charity James, NTA News.
As activities for the 2026 National Police Day celebration gather momentum nationwide, the Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State Command, Baba Mohammed Azare, is leading a campaign for peace, civic responsibility and road safety to Ita Market, one of the busiest commercial centers in the state. The exercise, themed around fostering civic responsibility ahead of the upcoming electoral season, focused on two critical areas: say no to electoral violence and strict adherence to road traffic rules and regulations. Etienne Oibanga reports.
Addressing a large gathering of traders, transport workers, and residents, the Commissioner of Police, Baba Mohammed Azare, emphasizes the importance of maintaining peace before, during, and after elections. He urges citizens to reject all forms of political violence, thuggery, and hate speech, especially as the nation prepares for the 2027 general elections, noting that democracy thrives where the will of the people is expressed without fear or intimidation.
I'm in your market today to come and pray for you for good market. May God bless you and bring more market to you. Amen. And also to carry on the message of the Inspector General of Police that please, we are approaching election period. We should shun election violence. Electoral violence should be shunned. We should advise our children to stay away from electoral violence. It is not a good thing. We should play the game according to the rules of the land.
In addition to electoral peace, the commissioner stresses the need for strict compliance with traffic regulations. He noted that a significant number of accidents and fatalities in the state are caused by reckless driving, overloading, and disregard for traffic signs. He advises commercial motorists and private vehicle owners to always prioritize safety, especially as the state prepares for increased movement during the election period and the upcoming rainy season. The sensitization, which included senior police officers and personnel of the command, featured the distribution of educational materials such as flyers and pamphlets to market stakeholders. Officers also conducted an on-the-spot awareness walk through the markets, engaging directly with traders and commuters. The exercise was simultaneously replicated by divisional police officers in their respective areas of responsibility. In Uyo, Etienne Oibanga, NTA News.
We take our second commercial break in the news. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay.
Welcoming you warmly to Dreamville Hotel and Resort Limited, a serene environment with cozy rooms for your maximum relaxation, and an exquisite lounge with home-calling music is here for you at all time. Let your dream come to reality at the Dreamville Hotel and Resort. We offer accommodation, bar and lounge, mouth-watering delicacy, laundry services, 24-hour power supply, free Wi-Fi, protection from highly trained security personnel. For your room's rate and reservation, call us on 0810-233-6314 or 0708-231-9185. Dreamville Hotel and Resort is located at number 4 Old Ring Road, Usei Karibio by Pepsi Junction, Alpha Back Road, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Dreamville Hotel and Resort, your comfort reality, our priority.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. The messages of Easter. The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has called on Nigerians to embrace peace, tolerance, and mutual respect across religious and ethnic lines as Christians celebrate Easter. In a message, Akpabio urged citizens to reflect on the values of love, unity, and peaceful coexistence embodied in the resurrection of Jesus Christ, as he extends warm Easter greetings to Christians in Nigeria and worldwide. He also charged Nigerians to work collectively toward building a nation where everyone can live in peace, harmony, and prosperity. While acknowledging the country's security challenges, Akpabio expressed confidence that Nigeria will overcome them through collective efforts, understanding, and prayers for a brighter future, noting that President Bola Tinubu and the armed forces are working relentlessly to address insecurity across the country. Akpabio also condoled with families affected by terrorist and bandit attacks, particularly the recent killings in Jos, and prayed for God's mercy on the victims and comfort for bereaved families. In the same vein, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, congratulates Nigerians on the occasion of Easter, urging Christians to observe and emulate the teachings of Jesus Christ, whom he described as a perfect role model for all. In his Easter message, Abbas enjoins Christians to sustain prayers for Nigeria and the Tinubu administration beyond the Lent period. He also called for mutual respect among people of all faiths and tribes, describing the coincidence of the 2026 Ramadan and Lent as a divine arrangement to foster unity of purpose among Muslims and Christians in the country and beyond. On his part, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu enjoins Nigerians to embrace hope, unity, and a shared sense of humility as Christians across the nation commemorate Easter. Kalu describes the celebration as a powerful reminder of sacrifice, renewal, and the triumph of hope over despair, urging citizens to reflect deeply on the enduring values symbolized by the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. He also urged Nigerians to extend kindness to the less privileged and vulnerable in the society, noting that small acts of compassion can collectively make a significant impact in building a more caring and cohesive nation. Away from Easter, Nigeria's Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejocha, has resigned from office. She announced her resignation on her X account, where she expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for the opportunity to serve in his administration. She described her exit as the close of a significant chapter in her public service, affirming her continued commitment to national development. It will be recalled that President Tinubu had directed all political appointees seeking to contest in the 2027 general elections to resign by March 31, 2026, to ensure a level playing field. Onapipo High School has emerged champions through a penalty shootout against Migrant Secondary School, Emeroke, Eastern Obolo, in the final of the inter-school football competition organized by V-Care Development Forum in collaboration with Sterling Oil Exploration and Energy Production Company. Kelvin Samuel reports.
This inter-school football competition, organized by V-Care Development Foundation in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Secondary Education Board, with the support of Sterling Oil Exploration and Energy Production Company, is aimed at promoting discipline and positive decision-making among the youth. The preliminary matches kicked off on February 25 across different locations in the area, while the semi-finals held at the Akwa Ibom State University Sports Stadium before the climax, which saw Onapipo's High School lift the trophy in a penalty shootout. Some of the players share their experiences.
Competition has really helped us because we haven't been playing like this before, but since we started the competition, we've been playing better.
Then I'm very excited to win this match. This VCDF has helped me to improve my skills, like ball control, especially the defensive part.
Something we as a player and a student is always looking for. This kind of opportunity. I'm so happy. I'm very grateful.
Guests and educators applaud the initiative, which they say will help in uncovering and developing young talents.
The program will continue. Most schools will be brought on board, and we are able to identify talents that can be prepared for the future.
The VK have done very well, because I can remember the last match we played. One guy from one school scored 3 goals, and the VK donates 1 football to that. I know that is talent.
From the preliminaries to this stage, VK has done so much for organizing this tournament. So many young talents have been discovered.
A total of 270 teenage boys drawn from 15 secondary schools from Eastern Oboro, Ikorabasi, Ona and Barenin local government areas participated in the game. Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
And that's the news. Thank you for watching. My name is Dianime Uko. Happy Easter.